got some questions from
All right.
some. I asked people to send in some questions ahead of time. So these are some fan questions. We'll do three if that's okay with you. Let's get these here quickly. The first question. Okay. The username is Ice T Bear, I think. It says, "What's the best approach to training for the most optimal outcome?" And then he's got, "How has the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu training differed across the world?" So the first question is, what's the best way to train for the optimal outcome in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu?
The best way to train. That's very difficult because so individual thing as well. And I might not be the best person to say that, but I think the best approach. First is that you have a way to go to the gym and try to learn every day, not face the sparring sessions as a death and life situation that you have to win all the time. Actually, I believe that you have to test a lot your techniques and improve your game a lot more by paying attention to what you do. And if you're too much obsessed in winning and losing the training sessions, you're gonna miss out a lot of details there. So I think it's very important thing. But having said that, I think because you're just so complex, you have to focus on some parts at periods, and then after you are good enough in that area, you should actually get out of your comfort zone and do something else. And it's very difficult because some people learn, they come to the gym, and after 6 months they have developed amazing guards. Some people are just like that,
Mm.
and they learn few things, but they had the motor skills and their guard becomes amazing. What they should do now is start to train from the top,
Mm.
force themselves out of their comfort zone. And if you want to be really good, you have to actually have a very good defense.
Mm.
And the optimal way to train in this case is do a lot of specific sparring to improve your defense. People starting from your back, from your mouth, from every uncomfortable position. If one lesson I could remember from Rickson Grace, he said that you should, if you are in uncomfortable positions, because you didn't train enough to be on that position. You should be training from that position as much time enough as you need to be comfortable from that position. And that means with somebody a lot heavier than you mounting you, or somebody very skilled on your back. And if you don't have the right mindset, you cannot put yourself to those situations, and so you're gonna learn less. That's my view on that. And the second part of this,
It
he asked
was,
about,
how does training differ in the different parts of the world?
like not really much, but one thing I could say is that, like, sometimes I show a technique in most places, and if you leave these people 5 minutes alone, they already start talking and stop training. You show a nice technique or even some basic stuff, a drill that they should do, and if you don't give them time, and the people after a while you see that the pars are stopped. And one thing, that's why I many years ago I was in England and I moved to Poland, and I spent 3 years there, and that's why I believe the potential of those guys there, because over there I teach a position, I can leave the room and stay half an hour out, and I come back, they still train in that position. That's what differs. Some places people are more committed. In general, the
And the
group,
mindset
their
different.
mindset is better because they want to train, and they're not afraid of training more and training hard. Like.
Yes. Okay. So more of a mindset thing. Okay. The
I hope
next.
that satisfies this question. I don't know
Yes.
exactly what he was asking, but that's,
Yeah. So I think the long and
if he's
short of it
talking
is,
about specific methods, there's not so many ways of training. So, but like,
eventually everybody sort of does a similar thing, right?
exactly, you're gonna have to drill technique without resistance. Then you have to do positional sparring. You have to do general sparring. You can do very focused sparring, and you can put yourself in trouble. You can train blinded. What else can you invent? There's like not that much different ways of training. You can change the times of training, where you start from. Like the intensity of the trainings. Like few variables that you can move around and can have some effect, you know. And if you change them from time to time, not being stuck in just training all the time 5 minutes or 7 minutes or 10 minutes, you know, vary the times as well. The starting position, things like that are important.
I think maybe if I can ask a follow-up question to that, where does weight training and that kind of thing fit in for you? I mean, in jiu-jitsu in general.
I haven't done enough when I was young, and I regret that because I think weight training is important because, like, jiu-jitsu doesn't prepare us for doing jiu-jitsu. We get a lot of injuries, and if you do some proper weight training, not to become looking good at the
Super strong.
mirror, super strong or anything like that, but you have to have a maintenance way that you prepare your muscles better, and they became stronger to resist the wear and tear that jiu-jitsu brings you,
Which is a lot,
which is a
right?
lot.
Yes.